So, Coach, you've played the last few games super close. Do these close losses kind of wear on your team more than the blowout losses?
Yeah, I mean, any loss wears on you, right? But how you lose, matters. And if you go back to even Eastern Michigan, to Toledo, to today, we've dug ourselves a big hole in that first half, early second half. You spend a lot of energy coming back and get back into it, and we've done that pretty much all three games. And without the guys that we have, our margin for error is very thin. So it's like every play in the game really matters. And give our guys credit. They battled again, put ourselves in a position. Jackson got fouled at the end. They didn't call it. That was a big no call. Now you got 2 free throws with a chance to tie the game. Maybe it's a different outcome.
Speaking of the call on Jackson, I want to talk about kind of his teammates' body language coming to pick up his head after the missed layup.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're in that situation, right, you feel bad, and that's why you're part of a team, part of a brotherhood. Guys are gonna pick you up when you're down.
Bobby Keegan with the Post. Coming in, you guys knew Miami was going to be a really good three-point shooting team, and they had a pretty good day from three. Kind of what was the plan to defend that, and what do you think you guys needed to do better?
I think, coming in, 36%, 9 threes. They were, I think, averaging a little bit more than that. Yeah, we lost them in transition in that first half in that segment where they made their run. We didn't talk a couple switches that we should have talked. And, when you play a team like that, your communication levels got to be really, really on point. Just identifying shooters, and when you lose those guys, they're good enough to knock them in. That's what they did.
You guys were down double digits for a lot of that second half, then worked your way back in. Just what does it say about, one, your team's fight, and 2, what exactly kind of helped you guys get back into it a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, they're always going to battle. They play hard. They're great kids. I think the first, second, third wars of the second half, it was right around 10, 11, 12 points, all three. And, we kept on saying, hey, we got to get this thing to single digits, and we couldn't do it. And then, the under 8 minute timeout, we cut it to like 4 or 5, and then, gave ourselves a chance at the end. But we really needed, the first, probably the second or third war to cut into that like we did the fourth war.
Talk about the wars a lot. I want to go to that first half. You mentioned that you guys had a little bit of a cold spell. I feel like it's been kind of a theme where those first 2 wars, you guys are really in it, and then your opponent, especially on the road, kind of pulls away. Just what do you think? Is that going to be a point of emphasis in future games? When it's around, 8 minutes in the first half, to start turning it on. Don't let off the gas pedal.
Yeah, not necessarily a time frame, but just the time that what happens during those times. And I think we were 1 for 10 from 3 in the first half. Had really good looks, and we can't let the offensive end dictate the defensive end. And early, the first 2 wars, we were getting stops in transition, and then they were getting stops in transition, and that was the key to the game, that little stretch.
Evan Johnson, WOUB. A lot of people here tonight. President giving out free tickets. Just what did you think of the atmosphere tonight, and just how your team handled it?
Yeah, it was good. I thought giving away free tickets there might be more people, but it was a really good crowd. Kudos to them. And I think when the Bobcats come into play, it's a big game.
Josh Jacob, WOUB. Going to physicality, how did that impact this game, and how is it going to affect you guys going into future games?
Yeah, I think they said on radio there was 40 fouls called. There should have been 41 fouls. And anytime you play this type of game, it's going to be a physical game, and you got to embrace it. I thought we did a pretty good job for the most part of handling it. And, it is what it is.
Coach, down the stretch, what did you think about your defense there in those last 5 minutes? It seems like you guys finally started to put things together to stop the Miami offense in the front.
Yeah, even the times that a couple times they scored or we fouled, we would play great defense for 23, 25 seconds, and they scored on a couple late shot clock deals, or we didn't get the rebound and tipped out of bounds. When you work that hard in that situation, we have to come up with a play somehow, some way. The 50-50 ball, lock it in the last 3-4 seconds of the shot clock, and I thought those were some big plays.
How can you guys use that success kind of in the final couple minutes of the game going forward when defense has been a problem in the last 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, you talk about the effort level, and really it's got to be sustainable for 40 minutes. Because like I said, our margin for error is not really big, and I don't know what they were averaging defense or offensive coming in 84 points, but I thought we did a pretty good job, negating all that. But you got to make 1 or 2 more plays.
After starting 4-0 in the MAC, we kind of talked about this 5-game stretch. That would be a big test. With the results over the last 5 games, are you where you want to be at right now? just these next few games, just what are you looking to see to, kind of rebound and get back forward?
Yeah, obviously not where we want to be. Losing, what was it, 3 or 4 maybe, or 4 or 5, whatever it is. We got to find a way to win. And Tuesday night is the biggest game of the year. Hopefully we get a great crowd, and we're going to need them. And we got to come in tomorrow. No one's going to feel sorry for us. You got to come in ready to prepare to win.
Do you have any updates on AJ and if he's seen a doctor yet?
No updates on AJ really. He's starting to do some minimal stuff. Nothing contact. So we'll go day by day, kind of see where he's at.
Obviously, it's been a couple of heartbreakers back-to-back games, but Sharif Mitchell's back to form. What does it mean to have him back playing like this?
Yeah, I mean, he's a 6-year kid. You kind of depend on him to be able to do that, and to see him on both ends, look like Sharif, that's been big for us.